And welcome to Cannata's in the Kitchen. Harry McCullough, along with the, of course, culinary chef from over there at Cannata's, Mr. Georgie Caslow. How you doing, baby?
Oh, good,
What's
Harry.
going
Nice
on,
to
man?
see you this
How's
evening.
the fall treating you, man, as we change in seasons a little bit?
Really good. I'm glad for a little change in the weather. I could really use it.
Yes, you're right. You got a lot of energy now to go shopping and a lot of good produce and
Beautiful
pork
produce.
chops and steaks over there on sale this week, right?
Right, and I brought over some pork chops today I'm going to talk about in a little bit. Just want to go over some of the produce that I've set on the counter right here with you, just so you know. You can bite into these red or black grapes because they're seedless.
Right, that's always.
All right, so.
It's like finding a bone in a fish, man. You don't want to find seed in it.
Exactly, so you can bite right in. Okay, I've got some beautiful, nice, ripe cantaloupes sitting underneath. And really, they're gorgeous. See if
Makes
I
a
can
great
do
presentation,
this.
though, doesn't it?
Oh, it's a beautiful
Good
presentation.
color, you know, and
Let's take a look
look at that.
the cantaloupe. It's
Get out of the
gorgeous.
line. Yeah.
Okay, so one way or the other, grapes,
Grapes.
red or black. Now, I know this looks like it's just a salad, but it's not just a salad when we make it. We've got some beautiful iceberg lettuce. You know, everybody's going with all these fancy lettuces, and there's nothing like an honest, good iceberg with some beautiful tomato.
And a
now,
wedge.
these tomatoes, yeah, and exactly, in a wedge.
Yeah, a lot of the fancy restaurants are starting
Like
to go
you would
that.
see in a steakhouse.
Right.
Okay, and we've got some beautiful, off the vine tomatoes that we could see, and that's a very simple item.
Absolutely.
Very simple. Now, I want to tell you, these are gigantic, these apples. All right, I'm not going to move them. I'm not going to touch them because I don't want the whole thing to go tumbling down, all right, because that can happen. But we've got some beautiful Macintosh apples this week, and I brought it in really because apple goes very good with pork.
Right.
And I had some nice ones at the store today. And that's an all-purpose apple, by the way.
Sure, absolutely.
You know,
Eating and cooking,
or eating.
right.
And then I have a tart apple. Difference in size. This
Right.
tart apple.
And really good with the pork, right?
Excellent with the pork. Now, what I would do, as I go into the refrigerator, I'm going to show you real quick what I would do with the tart apples. I would use it as a garnish. I would take it and basically saute it in my saute pan right before service. But you have to be careful. You got to keep a little acid or some fresh lemon on it so it doesn't turn brown, huh, Tony?
That's why you keep it with
You don't want it to oxidize.
I see. All right. So, yeah, you know, a lot of traditional families have used pork chops and apple sauce. So that's kind of in the same family.
Similar idea. Shrimp.
Ooh, shrimp.
Okay, a little warm. These are beauties. These are smoked shrimp. They've been baked off in the oven. All I did was let them sit. The oven's kind of hot. Let it sit at 425, 10 minutes. Done.
Right.
Easy.
Put a little bacon around them babies, too, now.
Well, I'll put a little bacon on it.
Yeah, that looks good.
And I'll even give you, it's a hot plate, I'll even give you a little bit of lemon, your choice. Now let's talk about the pork. Now on sale this week, we've got sirloin end pork chops. And now I can't use anything else on this board because it's the meat board.
Right.
So, sirloin end pork chops. Notice the marbling in the flesh, believe it or not, with this pork. That's what gives it flavor. And what I'm going to do here, I've got a mixture. Here are my ingredients, by the way. Got a mixture of Miracle Whip. The name of the dish is Mama's Miracle Whip pork chops.
Mama's.
Mama's Miracle Whip
your
pork
mama?
chops. That's It's my wife, actually. But I was told it's a Yankee dish.
Uh-oh.
But I didn't see this dish, actually,
We can
until I
forget
came
about
to
it.
South Louisiana.
Yeah, we can forgive a lot if they have good food, you know?
Panko breadcrumbs, a white Japanese breadcrumb. Yes, the camera can be unforgiving. Okay, now, I want to use a little bit of this pastry whole wheat flour. Okay, a little bit different than the white flour. And I try and use it for flavor, try and use it to get a little color. Now, what you're going to see me do, first of all, you know, I always use cracked black pepper.
Right.
Go with a little salt. A little bit of all-purpose Cajun seasoning. A little bit of lemon pepper. Those are basically my seasonings for the dish. Now, some people would use a coarse ground pepper. Some people would use a fine ground pepper. Not me. I used a pepper mill.
Right.
And I've got my own reasons for that. Basically, I think the flavor is better. Okay, so we're going to go in here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to take each pork chop. And again, these are the sirloin end pork chops. I'm going to paint them a little bit with my mixture. Panko breadcrumbs, whole wheat, and Miracle Whip, and go right in the dish. And I'm going to do that again.
That's a different look than a lot of breading we do down here. Huh?
Well, you see, this is going to melt off.
Right.
The Miracle Whip is going to melt right off, and the beautiful part of that is it's not a fried, greasy, oily chop.
Right.
Okay, and you want to make sure it's spread out. And to tell you the truth, I brought my little paintbrush just to make sure we're spread out. Now, when it's done, what we're going to see, and I'll show this to you from the oven shot, just so you can get a good look at it, because she's going back in the oven for a little while. You know, he's going back in the oven for a little while. But I want you to see the color. Okay, now a lot of that color comes from the whole wheat pastry flour. Now what I can do is also show you, it's hot, this butterflied, shall I say French, pork chop.
With the bone on it.
That's from the center cut.
Center cut, right.
Now, that's not on sale this week, but I'm telling you, this is a great item. You see the two bones, they're not too burned. I protected them.
Right.
Okay, you play baseball?
I do.
Here we go. All right. Now, what I can do,
I'll burn yourself now.
take this. Nah.
You've lost all senses.
I've lost all senses. What I've got is this beautiful pork chop. And I'm going to take it and place it on a little jalapeno vinegar. Now here we go. We've got another cutting board I can't use for anything else anymore. Okay? So we're getting into the meat area now. Now, let me show you again what my sale item, the sirloin end chop, will look like on the plate. Now, one of these is a gorgeous order. You might have someone that can handle two. And what I did was move this around just a little so that we could see the green color of the jalapeno jelly.
That looks good. It's good jelly.
Looks good. It's kind of sweet. Got a little bit of sweet. It's hot. And again, this is a beautiful dish. The sweetness goes kind of like works very well with the Miracle Whip.
Right.
Okay.
Real
Now,
good. I'll tell you what, hold your thought. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back. We're going to finish up this. We're going to garnish it up. And we're going to talk about some of the other things that go with it.
excellent.
All right, we'll be right back right here on Cannata's in the Kitchen.